Hello and welcome back to How to Build Software Without Coding. I'm Mr. Hackathon and I show you how to build software without coding. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use no code and AI and automations to simulate nuclear disaster response. Let's take a look at the project. So I have a web application here. I'm just going to sign in. So we sign in. It's a very, very simple web app. We have somewhere to upload an image to be able to simulate a nuclear disaster response. And we have some data here. So I click on this image and I can see this response. And what it is doing and what the AI is doing is taking the location, it's taking the fallout, it's taking the casualties and all the information from the image and preparing a response. So you can see here in the first 24 hours, immediate dispatch of the first responders to the heavy blast zone where it's safe to approach, or the safe part to approach. It's talking about specific hospitals in the area. It understands the area is London and is saying what to do for the London Underground and transportation network. So it's providing personalized emergency response strategy. If we go back, we can upload. So what I'm going to do is upload a visualization. So if I turn around and go here, so what we actually have is a project by, if I can find his name, so I don't pronounce it wrong. Alex Wellerstein. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. Alex Wellerstein, and it's for visualizing effects of nuclear detonations. And we have that here for London, but we can actually change this to show you a different city. So let's show you. Let's show you San Francisco. So where you can select the bomb or the warhead. You can adjust different information. We can see the estimated fatalities, estimated injuries, but we're going to go ahead and click detonate in San Francisco. And you can see about 30,000 fatalities and about 200,000 injuries. And what I am going to do is I am going to take a screenshot. I'm going to go to Paint so I can save this as an image. And then I'm going to go to my application that I have, upload this, and what I have is an automation in the background. And in this automation, it's capturing the requests from my web application, is sending it to OpenAI to assess what's in the image and also process the prompts that I have, and then it's adding a record to Airtable so it can show in my front end web application. So I'm going to hit run once, hit submit. So you can see it's captured that, it's processing now. We just give it some time. And now it's processes and it's added a record to my backend, which is Airtable. And we jump over to Airtable, we can see it's added right here. And we can take a look at what it's actually added. So we can see our information here. And if I go back here and I go back home, what I can actually see is this new item. I click on it and now I can see the response. So it can say, hey, I told the AI to act like a professor. And so that's why it says, ladies and gentlemen, today we should discuss a hypothetical scenario based on the image before us. And you can see the San Fran emergency management would coordinate border response efforts. It's talking about the hospitals. And it talks about the impacted areas, heavy blast damage in particular areas, structural collapse, emergency services entering once radiation permits. So yeah, it's really interesting use case to take images from NUKEMAP, a really, really interesting website, and use that to give it to OpenAI's vision model to be able to assess and plan emergency response based on the image that NUKEMAP is producing. What I use for the front end is Softr. Softr is a great way to create web applications. Here you can see the web application is very, very simple. So we go home and I'll actually log out. So you can see a very simple landing page. This sign up, sign in is a part of Softr, just a simple block. So it takes me literally minutes to create the user authentication. So as I log in, it shows a different page, which is controlled by visibility conditions. So if I go to my homepage, in my editor in Softr, what you can actually see on my homepage is which is the logged out screen. What users can see they're logged out, but when they're actually logged in on that same homepage, they see a different screen. That's because I'm using visibility conditions for Softr blocks. So who can see this blocked? No, non-logged in users. And then I have blocks that can be seen by logged in users. That's the same with the menu, the header bar. You can see this particular block, logged in users, and the sign up, sign in one can be seen by non-logged in users. What we have here for the upload, if I go to my upload page, what we have here is we're basically sending a request to make. So that's already pre-programmed here. I'm sending the image and I'm sending it hidden field. Since the user's logged in, the user doesn't have to input their email. All I have to do is use that as a hidden field and send that to make. I send that to make and it picks it up. So that's what I have on my form field. And then if we go to request details, so this is basically just a details page. When we have our items on the home page, we click there, I think it would go to content. Okay, so on item click, we open the details page and it's the request details page. So when you click on the item, you open the request details page, and this is the request details page where you actually see the actual information for that particular item. In our backend, each row, we can see each image has a response, a user, and a created time. This is allowing us to filter the responses by user, so only a user can only see their particular response that they uploaded or their particular image that they've uploaded. In our user table, it's very, very straightforward. I can actually delete these ones here. But this is what the information is connected to. We can add a user profile to allow them to upload a profile picture and reset their password with a magic link. For this tutorial, I didn't think I needed all that. And lastly, what we have in Make is 3 simple modules. So we have a webhook module to capture the request from Softr. We can see here it's capturing the information, it's sending the image that's uploaded, it's sending the email, and those are the only 2 things that I send from Softr. Then it's sending to the OpenAI Whisper model. If I just show you what this looks like, so we can just grab an OpenAI model and use, sorry, I said Whisper, but I meant Vision. We have Vision here, completion, we can moderate, we can generate image, translate, we can generate audio, do lots of really interesting things here. And you can see when I send it, my prompt is act like a university professor, educating about public safety. And then obviously it talks based on the image. I say to ensure the location. I would say for it to be specific to the location, referencing local healthcare, transportation, and other services. And then I provide an example of what's good. And again, I say this information is designed to help citizens by educating them about the after effects of nuclear fallout. Because this is a project based on education. And then what I do is create the record in Airtable. So I send the information to Airtable as a new record. So you can see for that record, I add the information to the request table, which is this table. And I add the file URL of the image. I add the response from OpenAI, and I add the user. And it's that simple. So we're going to show you it one more time. I'm going to choose a new location. Let's choose India. And let's choose a North Korean weapon tested in 2017. Now, I'm not sure how personalized this one's going to be. Okay, we're uploading. And now it's processing. Now it's added to Airtable. We can see that it's added to Airtable, and I think okay, this is interesting. So now what it's actually saying that it's not able to do hypothetical situations involving specific geographic locations. So that's a part of the guardrails for OpenAI. So you could find another model to do this, or I could find another model to do this. It does work with some locations, as I showed you with the US and London. For whatever reason, it wasn't working for India. And it provides generalized feedback. But this is where I would, as a developer, go ahead and find another model to actually be able to execute this in a way that can actually benefit people and help people, because it seems like OpenAI's guardrails are very, very strong. I guess the word nuclear raises a red flag. If you have any questions about automation, AI, and no code, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section or by social media or email, and happy hacking.